Now I'm recording, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to go back and look at the recording this week.
Okay, all right. Did you hear the one about the Irish water polo team?
Oh,
Oh,
All of their horses drowned.
Oh,
Great.
So,
These are short, right?
At least it was short.
Brown.
yeah, thank goodness.
That's a joke.
That's the joke, yeah. All right, I've gotten some questions from you. What I think I'll do is I'm going to cover a few iPad tips and tricks first, and then we'll go to the questions you sent me. Okay,
Yep.
everybody all right with that?
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
share my screen. And there's my iPad and my iPhone. For the iPad, right? How do I find out what iPad I have?
Easy peasy.
Anybody
Yeah.
remember?
Yes.
go to
Settings.
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 Ooh, somebody's got a couple devices going. I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay. And so you go to settings, which I just did on my iPad there. And then I go to about. Well, maybe not. If you go to your name at the top of the settings menu and you scroll down, it will be the list in order of the thing you're on should be at the top of the list. So I have an iPad Air new. Okay, I also have an iPad Air 2, and I also have a iPhone 12 Pro.
hey, Bill,
Yes,
it'd be simpler just to go from settings to general.
okay. And then to about.
Yes.
I did that. And it's, oh, there it is. Yes, model name. iPad Air, 3rd generation. It also tells you at this point which operating system you're on. And I'm on 14.4.1. Okay. And by the way, if you have a 1 on settings, it usually means that you have to do an update. And you would do an update by going to general and then software update. Okay. Oh, there's one available for me, right?
It's supposed to be something about a virus because I got a notice on my phone and then I got one on my iPad that there's a glitch and they put out this to
Update.
help block the virus.
Gotcha. Well, this says this update provides important security updates and is recommended for all users. Now, I'm not going to do it right now. Well, it's starting it says it's preparing it. All right. So we should be going to, after the meeting today, going to 14.4.2.
People have to be careful because yesterday I was on my iPad, my phone, and I got a message about the virus. and they wanted me to go somewhere and put something on my phone to clear it up. And they don't want to do that. They want to do it the way you're showing, to go in through their software and do the update. Don't let somebody else give you something that will get rid of the virus, because it's probably a scam.
That's probably true, which addresses one of the questions somebody asked me, what do you do about security for your device? The iPhones and the iPads have not been hacked. And so forth. I have no additional software or applications on my device for security.
Bill, what would you do? I have a question. What would you do if you were hacked? I have for example, I have a friend who just got conned into an Apple billing issue, and he ended up giving the gentleman all kinds of information about his iPhone. How do you undo all that?
Well, first of all, you change your Apple ID password. Would be the first thing I would do. And beyond that, boy, you might want to change your email address or email password as well.
Thank you.
Those are the two biggies. Yeah, there are all kinds of scams out there.
About that, yes, Bill. The iPad version I have says it's 14.4.2.
So you're up to date.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yet it also says there's a download and install, which I will do later.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. So you have it, but you haven't installed it yet.
Bill,
Yes,
mine just says 14.4, so I don't even have,
yeah, you don't have one yet,
4.1.
so you have to do a couple of them.
but it's never, I mean, I do it every time I see it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, well, they
Can I
don't
do
get, sometimes they don't get around to everybody.
Can I do it without
Yes,
getting around to it by hitting software update?
exactly.
Don't do it now, and
No, I won't. I just have to find it.
How do you find your iPad if it's lost? You'd find somebody with a cell phone, and you'd go to iCloud.com, put in your Apple ID and password, and go from there. You can also go to Find My on your phone, right? And it should show you where all your devices are.
That means you have to have location services on.
Thank you, Lake. Exactly. So how do you turn on location services? Make
Settings.
sure it's on. You go to settings. And then you go from settings to privacy. And it should say location services turned on. So at least your device knows where you are. On your iPad, how do you access the control center? If you put your finger, it depends on your iPad for one. You either put your finger on the top right-hand corner, way up here at the top, and pull down, or you put it at the bottom and pull up, depending on which device you have. Okay. That's what happens when I do bottom up. So top right-hand corner and pull down to get to the control center. How do you see your notifications if you have any? And that's the top left-hand corner and pull down. Okay. Put your finger at the top left and pull down. Gives you your notifications. How do you get to the search? I think I've told you a couple times in previous classes, there's a great search feature on here. It allows you to search your device. You put your finger in the middle of the screen and pull down. And it comes up with very similar to Google search, right? Well, first of all, it lists Siri suggestions. Those are apps you've probably used in the recent past. And Siri says you might want to use those. But if you see where it says search.
What would you like to send? You can ask me to send an email or send a text message.
I said the magic words. You can type up there where it says search. And you can find an app or you can find other things. If I was looking for someone named Tom, right? And I can scroll down here and I got a message from Ralph N that had Tom in the subject matter under tomorrow, right? Gives you an idea of the kinds of things it can find for you. I have somebody named Tom in my contacts. Okay. So it's a great feature. Don't hesitate to use it the next time you're looking for something on your iPad. How do you quickly switch between apps that you currently have open? Well, how do you find out what apps you have open? You can double tap the home button. And here are the apps that I have open. And I think I've told you about this. You can go here anytime you should go here once a week or more frequently to remove or stop the apps from running because they're using battery life in the background. And you would put your finger on one of the apps and you pull up to stop it from running. But you could also, if I wanted, here's an app I have for how to tie knots, and there you go. So I just clicked on that one and I've got that app. So that's a quick way to get to apps you have previously opened. How do you get back to your home screen on an iPad Pro? Who has one out there? Anybody? No, nobody's talking.
I have one.
I have iPad Pro.
How do you get to the home screen?
Bottom and click up.
Right. Excuse me. Exactly. You put your finger on below the frame, on the frame of your iPad, and you flick up. Okay. The way you get back to the home screen on those of us who have a home button is you press the home button.
Can I ask a question about the little button that you have down near your home bar down?
That one?
Yes.
Yep.
Someone told me to take it off, and I did, and I think I would like to get it back, although because I learned where to put it so it didn't interrupt with everything. How do you get it back? Or do you?
First of all, the reason I need it there is because that's what's required for me to have the mouse working. I have to have that on there. But the way in which you get it is you go to the settings screen. You go to accessibility. And you, where it says physical and motor, you click that and you turn on assistive touch.
You say physical and motor?
Under that category. And then you
Don't have
click
any
on,
category like that.
you have, if you went to accessibility, you have a category called vision. And then a category called physical and motor. And under that you have touch.
Nope.
What?
General, hearing.
No,
I
no.
see physical and motor, I'm sorry. But under
Uh-huh.
physical and motor, I have touch.
And then click that and then turn on assistive touch.
Thank you very much.
And many people, when they first get their iPad Pro or their iPhone with X or 10 or newer, they put that on there because then they can treat it like a home button. And it can be set up to work as a home button. So that if I'm in an app like Contacts, I can click on it and I can go back to home. Okay.
This is the same place that I put on the double tap for this screenshot, and I love that feature.
Yeah. Oh, it does double tap screenshot if you want. That's
Yep,
cool.
just go down a couple more on that same page.
Yeah. By the way, how do you take a screenshot on your iPad? You press the power and the home button concurrently, I believe.
Yes.
And they see how there's a screenshot in the lower left-hand corner. If you have an iPad Pro, it's the volume up and power button concurrently.
And what if you have no power button?
You always have a power button. You mean no home button?
Home button.
That's you press the power button and the volume up button concurrently. I'm pretty sure that works. That's the way it works on my phone.
I get a Ringer and Safari.
Say that again, please.
I get Safari when I hit the power button and the home button simultaneously. At least hopefully simultaneously.
I don't think so. You may have hit something else on the screen. Leah, do you have a home button?
Yes, I do.
Well, you don't. Now, if you have a home button, you don't. If you have a home button, it's the home button and the power button concurrently. If you don't have a home button, that's when you use the volume up and power button. Mine turns it off. All right.
How do I get rid of Siri?
You want to get rid of Siri? Leah?
I just want to get it off my screen right now.
Press the home button.
Thank you. That home button does a lot, doesn't it?
When I don't know what to do, I press the home button. There's a feature on the iPad called multiple screens. And so I'm going to open Safari and I'll go to DuckDuckGo, right? And then I want to open something else at the same time. And at the bottom, you can just put your hand on the frame of the screen and just pull up a little bit and you get a taskbar to show up. I think they call it the dock, right? So I have a bunch of applications on the dock and I would like one of those applications to be an additional screen. So I'm going to put my finger on the mail and drag it up a little bit and see what happened. It becomes a little overlay on top of my Safari window of DuckDuckGo. Now, what I would like to do, I'd like you all to try that. In other words, have an overlay screen.
Would you go over how you get to the overlay screen again?
Yeah. On your iPad, you should be able to put your finger on the frame at the bottom and pull up very slowly. And then release, and you should get the dock to show up. Did that happen for you, Ann? Ooh, she's not. Yes, Ann?
I'm sorry, you can't hear me. When I pull it up, it goes to the apps that I have open. And when I pull it up again, it goes back to the home page.
You pulled up too far. Just pull up slowly and stop about, well, a fifth of the way up.
Well, I did, and it just goes back to the apps I have open.
It on mine, it activates all the screen. They're all wiggling now, all the
No.
apps.
Press the home screen, so you're back to your home screen, right? Everybody?
Yes.
Open Safari. Or another app.
Oh, you have to open Safari.
You have to open an application because we're working on trying to get two screens. Or two dual applications up at the same time.
Okay.
If you don't see Safari, which I don't.
What do you have on your dock, Ann?
I have Zoom and FaceTime and clock and camera and home and photo booth and iTunes store. That kind of thing. But no Safari.
Do you have photos there?
No. Maps, reminders, TV tips, voice memos, music, Kindle, docs, iTunes store, and I have the taskbar at the bottom. Oh, I have photos in the taskbar in the bottom.
That's the one I'm talking about, Ann, the taskbar. What else is on the bottom?
I just did photos. Okay, so I see Safari there now.
Okay, so tap Safari. Okay.
And right, and I get weather.
That's okay. Whatever it came up with, that's fine. So now you're looking at Safari on your screen and whatever place you were on Safari. Now you put your finger on the frame at the bottom and you pull up a little bit. You put it down here at the bottom and pull up very slowly. And the taskbar or dock should show up again.
Yes, but you got DuckDuckGo up there. How
Don't
come?
worry about that. Doesn't
That's
matter
what I
what
want.
Huh? Doesn't matter what's on the big screen. We're just trying to get two applications open at the same time. Okay? I mean, I'll make DuckDuck go to weather, WHEATHER. I'll go to the Weather Channel. Okay. So now I'm looking at the Weather Channel. And again, I'm going to put my finger on the bottom of the frame and pull up. Okay. Now, once I have that information down there, I want to get another app working side by side. So I'm going to click on something else that's on my dock. Let's say photos, and I'm going to click and shoot. I pull up, I grab photos and I pull it. Come on, come on. Not going to work, huh? There, do the mail. Having trouble with doing the photos. Okay, and now I've got two applications. Hopefully some of you got that to work.
Does one of them have to be Safari?
No, no. I'll make it notes. I'm going to make it notes. Well, there I have my notes, and I'll start a new note. Okay.
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 I don't want.
Now I'm going to pull up, and hopefully I can get pictures to photos. There we go. And I've got photos. And the nice thing about this is, first of all, there's two different modes. You can have two screens. This is an overlay, the one I'm looking at right now. And what I can do is make it, if I just bump it against the side, I can make it be actually half screen both ways, right? So there I have a note, and over here I have photos. And let me grab a photo here. I'm going to click on it and drag it over and put it in my note. Okay. Now, let's talk about a practical use of this. Okay. Let me close all my apps that I have open there. And I'm going to open my email, and I'm going to start a new email. And as I go down through the email, I said, ooh. I wanted to put a, just a minute. I started a new email here, and I wanted to put a picture in that email. So instead of clicking here and, and then going to photos, etc., I just go down to the bottom. I go to my photos. I drag it up here. And I want to send this picture of, right? So I'm going to put it right there. So now I've got this picture in my email, and I can send it to someone. Okay.
Wonderful. Can't do it.
I can't do it either, and I think it's great.
But
Yes.
It does take a little practice.
Bill, yeah, I found it took a lot of practice to get that done.
Mhm.
And I use the split screen all the time. And here's another practical use for it.
Go
I
ahead.
have Safari open at the public's COVID website, waiting for the book now. And then I open up my email and I can read my email while I'm waiting for it to give me a book now. And it worked for me twice this week. I was able to get an appointment for my son-in-law and my daughter.
Super.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's good. It's good if you like to multitask without having to close it down and open it again.
yeah.
So,
When you have your one screen up, your Safari or whatever, your notes, and you pull up from the bottom, what are you pulling up? Are you getting the dock screen?
yes, you're trying to get the dock screen.
I
Okay.
keep getting something else. I don't get the dock screen. I'll get the keyboard. I'll get another app, but not that. Generally, what happens is it highlights one of the notes on my notes.
Are you putting your finger on the frame
Yes.
Yes.
and then you pull up very slowly to about right
Where the
there.
dock is, or just anywhere.
On the bottom of the frame, on the bottom of the frame, the bottom of the screen, below where the dock would be if it were there. And then you pull up very slowly. Whoops.
Yeah.
And
It
mine goes,
activates the apps.
yeah, mine goes to full screen, doesn't go to split screen.
Mine does too.
It goes to, like, if I pull up my photos, I get a whole screen of
Okay.
photos.
Everybody
Right.
everybody go to settings,
Okay.
home screen and dock. It's a couple below general. And it says multitasking. If we tap the arrow beside multitasking, are those on?
Allow multiple apps and gestures,
Oh,
yes.
we have the app off.
Yes,
Yes.
mine are both on.
So you make sure they're both on.
Yes.
Oh,
They both on for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Go back to your home screen and open up Safari,
okay.
okay? And if you have a stylist, sometimes it works a little better. Put your stylus on the frame below the bottom of the screen and pull up very slowly. Oops, didn't work on mine. Try that again. Yeah. You should be able to get the dock if you pull up very slowly.
It's just giving me the content or highlighting what it is on Safari.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why.
Yes,
Well-
now it works.
Okay. You should get that bar, the one I'm showing you up and down there.
Right. Okay.
Bill, where do you go first when you go into settings? You said a little bit below general, but where?
It's called home screen and dock.
Where do I find that?
It should be general, control center, display bright and brightness, and then home screen and dock.
Oh,
Over here on the left.
on the left. Oh, multitasking dock. Is that the one? Tasking and dock. That's the one. It's on the right side.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh, I was looking under general on the left side.
I understand.
Yeah. And now,
Finally got it.
You got
Yeah.
it, Leah. Congratulations. What did you,
Yes.
what did you do?
And the problem was I was pressing too hard on the screen, so I did it very lightly and the dot came up.
You don't need to press through it.
Obviously
Yeah.
not.
now multitasking and dock. And what is the next step?
Let's make sure that those things are on.
Yeah.
If they're on, you should be able to do it. Then you
Okay.
go back to your home screen.
Yeah, on. Home
Oh, I
screen,
spoke too soon.
Safari.
Bill, what are gestures? That's the second thing under multitasking. What is that?
That's what we're covering now. Gestures are
Oh.
things in which you touch your screen and go different ways. If you look at the subcategories there.
I don't have any subtitle there. That's
What
why
do you-
I'm asking.
When you say gestures, what do you mean?
That's what it says under multitasking, but there is no explanation of what that means. So I'm asking you.
I understand. Gestures are flick to the left, flick to the right, flick down, flicking.
Oh, okay.
Dragging your finger on the screen.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
In essence, the different ways to wave at your iPad, I guess. Okay.
Now the question, Bill, is how do you get rid of them once you have them up on the screen?
I'm not going to tell you that. All right. I want to show you one other thing. Oh, if you want to get rid of them, I'll bring it up here. And we'll bring photos up.
Okay.
Come on. Now I'm having a problem doing it. Okay, I have just brought up photos and I haven't left my finger off the screen yet. And you see how it's an overlay? And if I release, it's an overlay on top of, right? And that overlay always contains a little bar here at the top. And I can put my finger on that bar and move that overlay around. It's one of the things I think, whoops. If I move it to the right, see what happens? The major screen or the underneath screen shifts to the others, shifts in my case to the left. And then if I release, now I have a side-by-side view. That side-by-side view has a little line in the middle. There's a little black space going down between the two views. And again, there's a little vertical line there in this case. And if I drag it, whoops, if I click and drag it, and if I drag it to the left, I get a 1/4 and 3/4. If I drag it to the right, put my finger on it and drag it to the right, I'm sorry, left, I can make it go the other way. And if I put my finger on it, come on. I'll put my finger on it and drag it the other way. There we go. And I can drag it right off the screen, Peter, and that's how I get rid of it.
But are
Thank
you
you.
really rid of it, or is it still open if you look at your open
I
program?
imagine it's still open. Yeah, it's still open as an app. Okay, I'm I'd like everybody just to go back to your home screen, hit the home button, and then open Safari.
Okay.
And perhaps I should have started with this. Put your finger, see the two windows up here? Put your finger on there and hold it there until a drop-down window comes down.
Okay.
And you see where it says open new window?
Mhm.
Tap that.
Yes.
Tap that, and you automatically get two Safaris side by side.
Oh, yeah.
Bill, I have a different thing. It's didn't give the drop-down menu. It says private plus done.
You didn't hold it long enough, Ann.
So I go back and I click Safari and that same screen comes up, private plus done. How do I get rid of that?
That's okay. You have two windows somewhere on that screen?
No, just, well, I have a whole bunch of apps on it. Or Google Calendar and weather
But you
and,
don't have the two windows?
no,
I should.
Oh,
I
tap done.
actually do.
Tap done,
tap done, okay.
and then you should have the two
Funny.
windows up there. The upper right-hand corner,
Right, hold them down,
push your finger on it lightly,
okay,
and it says open new private window. In your
open new
case.
window.
Okay,
Yes, oh,
No.
thank you,
and now you have side by side,
Right.
and you can
yes,
treat them like two different Safaris you have open. I'll go to DuckDuckGo on one, and I'm going to go to Google on the other. Okay,
Oh,
now I can, just like I could before when I had the split window, we can go this way. Oop, come on. I should be able to click that little bar and move. It won't let me move it. There we go. Wow. Yeah, oh, there it goes. Okay, and I can drag it left and right and make it a quarter, right? I can also go to the top and click that horizontal bar and click and move it around. Now it works a little differently than the other one, but at least it gets you used to working with two different screens. So you could be looking at something like iCloud. No, it's not that one. You could be looking at something like Bell's on the left-hand screen and JCPenney's on the right and comparing items.
Macy's or something.
Macy's, there you go.
That's better than JCPenney's.
I understand.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right. And if you want to get rid of one, you just drag it clear to the edge. And you're back to just one.
How do you do it?
You went to do this. Setting.
Mine won't drag.
What were the steps that you took to get to this?
I'll start it over.
Thank you.
I'm on a normal screen and I open Safari. And I happen to be at DuckDuckGo. You could be anywhere. Doesn't matter.
How do you get rid of this though?
Okay, I'll go to weather. So now I'm on the weather channel. Okay. And I want another screen. So I press and hold the two squares, the upper right-hand corner. And it comes down and says, open new window. And you click that. Okay, and now I have one, the Weather Channel, and then let's say I go to Google on this one. Well, let's go to Macy's. Oops. I'll go to Macy's. And there's a Macy's official site. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm looking at Macy's. And I want to get myself a pair of sneakers. There we go.
Looks just like you.
Somehow I don't think those go with my wardrobe.
You look good to me.
Oh, okay. And if I said, now I don't want to look at those anymore, I could just go like that and it goes to a different page. And then finally
Do
I
it
can
from the
just
middle.
go push it right off the screen. And now I'm back just looking at the Weather Channel.
How do you put, mine won't go. I can't push anything off the screen.
Go the other way.
Okay.
Try going the other way to start. I found that was a problem myself. When I opened the second
Okay,
one,
now I do, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I had that problem just a minute ago myself. When I tried to go this way to the right, oh, it went this time. It didn't go, so I tried to go the other way, and then it worked. So,
Okay, now I got one open.
okay.
I have a bit of an unrelated question, but you have a lot of windows open now, and you pushed off there, so that one isn't visible anymore. Like on a computer, if you have a whole bunch of windows open, is that going to make your iPad run a little bit slower?
Not necessarily slower, it could, but it will absorb some battery life as well. So yes, so every once in a while, you should double tap the home button and start getting rid of things, right? Pushing
Someone-
here. Go ahead.
Someone asked me that question, and I more or less said they needed to close some applications you had open, and they said, "Oh, how do you do that?" So my thought is, as long as they've been using their computer, their iPad, they've never closed an application. And he said it was running sluggishly. Because even if you turn it off, when
Right.
you turn it back on, they're still open, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so that's important to do occasionally.
Good point.
Can I ask a question about what you were dealing with? You started with Safari. Do you always have to start with Safari or
Oh,
something
to
like
do-
that?
Well, Safari's the only one that allows you to do the double windows as an app within itself.
Okay.
So yes, but I showed you the other way later, right? I said, well, start with the App Store and then pull up the bar and then go to Photos.
Okay.
Bill,
Yep.
when I went to the Weather Channel, a little white square came up and it said share app. And I hit that. I shouldn't have,
Just a minute,
because now
just a
I-
minute. Sorry. Oh,
okay, I hit the Weather Channel
yeah.
and I hit share app. In a little white square that came up.
So you went, when you hit that little
share app.
Let me go to,
It looked like maybe
I've gone to Google. And where did it say share app?
when I hit the Weather Channel. Oh,
Let me go to Weather Channel.
the Weather Channel comes up,
Okay.
and now a
Now
little white square came up that said,
Somewhere.
hide the app, share the app, or edit the home screen. So I hit share the app.
I think what that did was and then what happened, fellows?
It looks like it would be a mail thing.
Yep. And so you can send that particular app to somebody else.
Yeah. And then
Oh, maybe hit that one.
Well, they have to download it, don't they?
Yeah, they would have to download it then.
Yeah, so really all you're doing is
All you're doing is sending them
showing them, hey, this is a good app.
Yeah.
Okay. My photo will only say that. My photos will not go up to,
Say that again. Your photos will not.
I have them down on the dock bar and they will not go up. All I can do is get that share and whatever, it won't, it'll open, but then I'm not on my share my screen.
So you have the Photos app down here on the taskbar. Is that what you're saying? Or the dock?
Yeah, once I'm on Safari, yeah,
Okay, so I'm on Safari.
I'm on Safari.
Okay, now I'm on Safari. Now what?
And then I hit photos on the dock bar once I get it up. And
Then
okay,
you tap photos.
yep, I tap photos.
We don't, okay, I'm going to tap photos and photos comes up.
That's what happens when I tap it. It
Right.
won't go up though when I pull it up.
Say again, please. I
It
didn't.
won't go up though where I want it, like it
Right,
won't
well,
move.
don't tap it. You have to drag it.
I don't tap it, I drag it. It won't drag, I should say.
If you're careful and go straight up, you gotta put your finger, whoops, not too hard.
See, that's what happens every time I do
I
it.
know, just push. Didn't happen that time.
See, it doesn't
There.
happen for me at all.
Well, I got it to go, right?
Okay, because everything else down on my dock bar will go, but that won't.
Hmm,
So I just kind of have to work on it, right?
yeah. you have to
Okay,
Develop the right touch, apparently. I
I
do
just
too.
don't touch it right, huh?
Yep.
Open that one first and then open the second one you want.
Well, try that first. So we open photos first and then we go to Safari.
Okay, I'll try it.
No.
Well, that's what we wondered. Can we do that with the,
Oh, I can't get it to go. Come on.
okay, yeah.
There it goes. Boy, the timing is too critical on that. It's hard.
I don't want to mess this all up. I just did it.
Don't worry about messing it up.
Nothing will happen. I just keep opening up photos. I don't want to light my hair. No, okay. Not working. Okay, now how do you get stuff back on the dock? I forgot. I just lost something.
Oh, you took them off the dock? You got them shaking?
Well, I
and
didn't mean to, but they started wiggling
took-
and the photo just jumped
Well,
up.
that's a good question. Everybody got them shaking and then you brought one and it came off the dock
Yeah,
like that. What you do is you put your finger on it when they're shaking and move it back to the dock.
okay. I gotta get it shaking again. Oh, this is like a game.
Mhm.
Not too good at it either.
Some of us have a line on the dock about right here somewhere. I think I'm pointing to it.
Yes.
And to the right of that line, those applications that are there change over time.
Mhm.
And they're your most recent apps. I would prefer not to have that. So what I do is I go I prefer not, if you like that, or if you want to get rid of it, here's what you would do. You go to settings. Home screen and dock. And show suggested or recent apps in dock, and I have that turned off. If I turn it on, and I'll do that, and then I go back to my home screen, and it's not going to show it to me. So I open an app perhaps.
But would you have to turn it off and turn
Yeah.
it back, the whole thing off and on?
Well, here you go. I opened an app and see how the line is there now?
Oh,
And Zoom is in that because that's the app I just opened. And I think it goes a maximum of 3. Anybody have more than 3 there? I don't think, but okay.
Oh, okay.
What's
So
the total max that will show up on the dock?
13, I believe.
Thank you.
13. So let's see if I open files, what happens?
I have 14.
Uh-oh. Good. So now we know the max is at least 14.
Your battery is low.
And my battery's low.
Low power source.
And now how many? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can I get 15? Anybody for 15?
I wouldn't want that.
There's 15. Well,
Wow.
let's go to iTunes. Let's see what happened there. 15 must be max. Okay.
How do you get additional ones on the left side of that bar?
I don't think I can now. I think I'm full, but let me try. I think it's full.
But if it isn't, how do you get that?
I'm going to do that in a minute. Oh, wow. Oh, it reduced the number on the right. 15 is the max. I can click and drag right between 2 others and it won't go. All right. So now I'm going to go out back to my settings. And my home screen and dock, and I'm going to turn that off. And can I put another one down there now? Nope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can only put 13 without the recents. And you can take them off and put a different one on. I'm messing myself up here. I have no idea. I know I had App Store down there. Okay.
Bill,
Yes,
I need to go back for just a minute.
sure. sure.
I did the split screen,
Oh,
and
geez.
I had Safari and my email,
Okay.
and I couldn't pull either of them sideways, but also now when I go to my email, I can't have it full screen. I can only get that split screen. How do I clean that up?
I'll show you. Just a minute.
Please.
And I'm having a problem now. Some of you had this problem before. Wow.
You can get it.
Okay.
This is the 3 that I use.
Boy, it does take some work to get that, doesn't it? There we go. So now I have email, and now it's an overlay, and I want to make it half the screen. And so now you had a problem doing what?
Well, for one thing, I couldn't move either of them off the screen. But now when I go to email, go to my email, it only gives me that split screen. I can't get my email as a full screen.
So you have to get rid of it here.
But I can't, it won't move.
Well, try moving left or right on that
I
vertical
tried.
bar.
You have to do it on time.
If you move it left, try to move it both way, either way.
Okay,
And one way it should
But-
start moving.
no, it seems to be stuck.
I know,
It just won't go anywhere.
but you put your finger on that vertical line right there.
Yeah,
And did you try going left and then did you try going right?
yes,
And it's stuck both ways.
yes.
Okay. The horizontal line at the top, can you move that one? Put your finger on
Yes,
that.
but it only goes halfway off the screen and then zips back.
Like that. Yeah, you're right. How about if you pull it clear to the bottom? And then off the screen.
It'll go.
Yeah, okay.
it
Press the home button.
goes- It goes down, but it zips right back up.
Double tap the home button
Okay,
and then shift that window off the screen or close it.
yeah.
And now it should be okay. No. No,
No, it comes right back up.
I see that. I see that. Oh, we're stuck.
Oh, I
Oh,
am stuck.
and you can't move back and forth. Right?
I can't move back and forth. I can take it down, but it zips right back up.
Interesting.
And I can double click the home button, but I still can't get rid of that app or that opening, that window.
All right. What I did was finally, by messing around here, you had your mail up and Safari. Is that what you had?
Yes.
And it's like that, right? Put your finger on the vertical one up there and pull it down. So it looks like that. So it's an overlay. And then double tap the home button
I can't.
and get rid of Safari.
Try.
And that worked.
Okay. All right, I'll work on it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to
Wow.
take up anymore. That was scary.
Well, if all else fails, reboot, right? Power down and power back up.
Okay,
And that should do it. Okay.
thank you.
Quick type keyboard, a couple of things. I think we've covered some of this on your iPad. If I go to notes, and let's see if I can get my keyboard. I get my keyboard to show up. You can type on it, but if I want, I can just slide my finger on it as well. So if I want the word done, I go D-O-N-E without lifting my finger. D-O, whoops.
Mhm.
Let's see if it works. D-O-N-E, no, it's not gonna work.
What? How are we doing this?
What are you trying to do?
That
Not
works
sure.
for the G board.
I thought it worked on, it works on the iPhone. It may not work on the iPad. You can press on the space bar and the space bar turns into a touchpad and you can move the cursor around. I'm going to do it again. Right now, my cursor is between the G and the Y. I'm going to press on the space bar and hold it down. And now if I slide it without lifting my finger, I'm moving the cursor. And now I left it between the C and the N.
We don't see it.
Don't even see a cursor.
Mm-mm.
You don't see a cursor? Tap the screen and type something.
Yours, I don't see.
You don't see the little vertical blinking line in there? I'll put
On
this
the keyboard on your iPad.
right here.
No.
The cursor, you don't see that
Oh,
red
there
line?
it is. Okay.
Yeah,
That
now,
one. Okay, so if I press the space bar, so I'm going to come down here and press and hold the space bar. And then if I move my finger, see how it moves the cursor?
Yes,
Ah,
yes, the
Ah,
cursor. We were looking in the wrong place.
I got you.
yes, we are.
Okay, press and hold it and move it around. You also see the numbers above the letters there. Like Q, there's a little number 1 above it.
Yes,
Yes.
If I press the Q and don't lift my finger and pull down, you'll notice how the number 1 came into view. I'm going to do it with the icon here. I'll go to the number 3, the E. I press and pull down. And if I release now, it types a number 3. As it does if I come over here to H and I press and pull down, I get a left-hand parentheses.
Oh,
If I press my finger on the V and pull down, I get an equal sign. The advantage here is I don't need to go to the numeric keyboard to enter 621. 621.
oh, that's neat.
Okay,
yes.
well, that was a good one. Good tip.
Information said it would do it, but could never figure it out.
Right. Make sense? If you just press and hold on the letter E, and you happen to be typing in a foreign language, there are different forms of the letter E there. And if I slip up now and I go over and I get, there's the E with 2 dots above it. And if I release there, I get that particular form of E. And I should ask Gerda, what's some letters in German? Right?
It's a umlaut
Which one's the umlaut?
with the 2 dots.
The 2 dots. So I can do
This one,
A.
yeah, that, yeah, yes.
Okay. For example, thank you, Bearable. All right.
The same with the U,
The U over here. Let's see where the U is. U.
first line.
All of the vowels have those symbols.
Yeah. And there's the U with 2 dots above it.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. By the way, if you go over here and go to the numeric keypad and you hold the $ down, you get you get a bunch of different currencies. Okay.
I didn't.
But you do have to change your keyboard from caps to small letters on if you're doing the alphabet to get some of those symbols.
Really? I thought they were all the same.
No, such as the parentheses,
Oh, is it a different parentheses?
like on a small, well, on the small keyboard, well, I'm seeing two of them now, but before I wasn't.
Okay. Well, it's the same either way. Caps or lowercase gives you the
Yeah.
same result.
Well, it was just that I couldn't see it for some reason. I had to change it to be able to see it.
Okay.
I like that. Does the phone do it?
No, doesn't have that feature. And you notice how I made this keyboard really small? If I put my finger and thumb, I put my finger right where it says of, and my thumb on the space bar and squeeze, should be able to, okay? You get a small version of the keyboard.
Would you do that again?
I just put my finger and thumb somewhere on the keyboard simultaneously and squeeze together, and it does that. And then I do the opposite, put my finger and thumb real close together and then separate them on the screen.
Wow.
Finger and thumb are hard to put on the screen together.
I know.
Yeah.
You can do
Does
it.
it have to be on a word?
No, you
Can
can,
be
you can do it, I think, with
just
two
anywhere on
fingers.
that top line.
You can do it with a finger from each hand.
Oh,
That might,
that works.
that would be even worse, I think.
How did you get Q to turn into a number again, please?
Q, you put your, here, I'll show it with the little dot here. I put my finger right there. I press on the key and pull down.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Hmm. Okay. I can, if I'm in notes, and I currently open notes here. So I'm looking at the full screen, and you see the camera there?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna tap the camera. It says scan a document. So I'm going to tap the scan a document, and then I'm going to hold it over this page. Then I take a picture of it. Okay. And then I can drag the little corners so I have just that document. And then I say, keep the scan and save. And now that document is in my notes, in my note.
But it's an image and not text, correct?
That's correct. Although, let's see if I can find some text that's in there. Because it's pretty small. But there's text in there. Let's see, there's something that says folders. Right? Let's say FOLDERS, right? I'm going to tap done. And I'm going to go back to my notes. And I'm going to search for the word folder, FOLDERS. and it found the text in that document called folders. See where it says OCR, optical character recognition?
No. Oh, yeah.
And I tap that one and there it is. It says folders in here. Found that one. And then it found this one, right? That's not the page I just took. That's from an attached JPEG. Wow. There must be an OCR in there somewhere as well.
Could you show how you do the OCR again?
Well, I took a picture and I put it in my document. Here's the final exam for a course. And let's say, hopefully this will work.
On my computer.
This is an attachment in a note. Okay. I added a document in there. Okay, and let's say shutter is a word in there. Okay. And it found it. Found shutter in this one. And it found shutter in final exam. Okay. So if you attach a photo of a note, photo of something, it will find the text in it. Which is really, really sophisticated, if
Can
you will.
Can you only do that through the notes? Can you only do the scan through the notes?
No, I think I could take a picture and attach the picture in the note. In other words, add a picture to my note,
Okay.
choose a photo. Here, I'll pick up, let me try to see if one works here. I'll pick one of these ropes here that I've got. And now I've got this picture of a rope, right? I'm going to taut. T-A-U-T, that would be kind of unusual, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
T-A-U-T. Nope, it's not going to find that one.
It's there.
Oh, yeah, it's there, but I didn't, when I typed it, it didn't find the note.
Try it from the search on your homepage.
What I'm asking is, can you only scan if you have the Notes app open? You have to scan through the Notes app.
The reason I'm answering that not quite directly is I didn't take, I had a note there. What I have for text. And these are all notes that I've scanned. So that looks like the case, right?
Okay.
What if you don't have a camera up in the upper right-hand corner? My iPad doesn't have a camera.
How? Really?
Yeah. But would it be located somewhere else?
Let me bring up. Oh. And you're looking at notes?
I am in notes and I have what do I have up there? I have a trash can. I have a new, what's that called? A new message, and I have a
Tap where it
pencil.
says new message.
Yeah, new message. So there's just 4 icons up there. There is not a camera icon.
And what's the,
I have an iPad mini.
it may not work on a mini. Anybody else have an iPad mini that doesn't have that or has that? So it may be a mini item that doesn't have it.
Okay, thank you.
Have you noticed that my iPad stays on and on and on? And my iPhone's still on and I haven't touched it. And most of the time, the screen goes dark. If you
Yes.
tap if you haven't touched it in a while, if you tap settings and you go to display and brightness, and we've talked about this, there's a thing called auto lock there. And right now I have the auto lock set to never.
Oh, that's my problem.
Ah, good, good.
I had it at 5 minutes. That's why it constantly turns off on me before I'm ready to even finish it.
Ah,
Thank you so much.
While we're there,
very
you see
nice.
where it says, mine says Touch ID and passcode. It may say Face ID, facial. Right? And if it does that, you can add additional fingerprints. So if I click there and I got to put in my code. Guess I better not do that since we're taping this.
Oh, you're on your iPad. I just did it
know.
on that thing on my phone.
And it does say multiple fingerprints there, right? Let me do something. I will take care of this problem. So you don't see my iPad anymore, right?
no.
All right, and we'll bring that back. Okay, and you see where it says you can add another fingerprint or you can add another face. You know, I tried this with my phone with my mask on. And it wouldn't take it. It would not, it would say, no, not enough points of reference. But for example, you could add a different finger or thumb or have somebody else's finger or thumb that's capable of opening your device. I'm going
Mine
to,
wouldn't take my finger. When I originally got it, it would not take my finger and open it.
right,
So I had to put my passcode in
right.
and use that.
My wife has that same problem.
Does she use a lot of sort quick stuff? That's what I'm blaming it on.
And Sharon, There's a bunch of things there for the Apple Pencil on the list that I won't cover now, but there's a bunch of them.
Where do I find?
That's on the thing that I sent, didn't I,
Yeah.
did I send you these? The Apple?
No.
Okay, I will send them at the end of class here. There's a bunch of tips on Apple Pencil as well. Okay, so at the end of class, probably at the same time I send you the link for the video, I will send you the best Apple iPad tips. Okay, let's answer some questions here. And the first one is from Sharon. I recorded a meeting and a voice memo was about half an hour, right? I couldn't find the voice memo. And you did that on your phone or your iPad, dear? Your phone?
Phone.
Oh. There's a way to get it. Let's see if I remember now. I'm going to go to voice. And there's a voice memo. If I tap edit, I select that voice memo. And then at the bottom, it says move. And then I can move it to a folder. That isn't what you want though, is it? So you can move it to a folder within the voice memo under my folder. So let me move it. I'm going to add it to test. Now I've got a folder in test. And if I go to folders,
Man,
okay, if I go to,
It's Doug. How are you?
where's my folder?
there.
I'm here to look at your bed, dear.
If I go to my
Okay.
files, sorry, and I go on my device, I should find one there called
We had a
test.
Zoom meeting that's supposed to be showing me how to use my iPad.
Uh,
Sometimes it gets way over my head.
If it makes you feel better, it gets way over my head.
You're right.
Alice, you have your,
I can take care of that. Okay. Nope. Sharon, have you gone to, did you do a Google search for that? Because I thought.
No, I don't think I did. And I have a lot of trouble with files and folders, trying to put, like I have some files that I'll see on my computer in iCloud. And then when I open iCloud files on my iPad, those aren't there.
Because they may be in the one called on my iPhone there. See, it says on my iPhone versus in the iCloud.
No, I look for things, because I copied a whole bunch of recipes that were
Right.
on my computer, and I wanted to put them on my iPad. And I went to on my iPad, or I guess I did it onto the cloud. And then when I went on my iPad and looked at the cloud, they weren't there.
I know, but when you got them on your iPad, which location did you put them? When you say you
Put 'em-
copied them, you took pictures of them, or what did you do?
No, I copied the files. I did on the computer, I did a file copy, right click and copy. And then I put it into the cloud under recipes. And then when I went to the
did you-
cloud, it wasn't there.
You went to iCloud.com on your computer?
No, I did it in the file hierarchy like you're doing here.
Okay. Well, now I would say go to iCloud.com and see if it's there.
Okay, I
On the
will
computer.
research that and let you know next week.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes,
And I'll bet if you go to iCloud.com and see if it's there and you copy and paste it there. I assume you have a Mac, is that correct?
absolutely not.
Okay, so how did you get it to the iCloud without putting it on your iPad?
I went to the cloud on my computer,
What cloud?
the iCloud. I have iCloud for Windows.
Okay,
Doesn't everybody?
no, not everybody does. So I would check it to see
Cloud,
if,
it's not iCloud.
I would go to the internet and type in iCloud.com and it'll ask for your Apple ID and password and see if it's up there.
On my iPad, are you saying?
No, on your computer.
Oh, okay. We'll research that and have an answer for you next week.
Thank you, thank you. Suddenly, when I get a phone call, my phone makes a thumping sound instead of ringing. Okay. There's several reasons why this might be happening. One is you have your phone in silent mode. That's the little switch on the side.
It's not.
It's
I
not. I know. My ringer is on. My ringtones in sound and haptics is working. My settings notifications haven't changed. I shut down my phone. How about, are you in sleep mode?
No, I checked that.
You check that too. And it's not ringing now when I call you?
It rang this morning. What I did was I shut down my phone.
And turned it back on?
Yeah.
That works too.
I did that a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And then it worked. And then yesterday I had the same problem again.
Yeah.
So I shut it down again and it worked this morning. Whether it continues to work or not, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
only got one phone call this morning.
Yeah, I understand.
But I shouldn't have to shut it down every day.
No, you should not.
No.
Unless there's another setting that I haven't checked. But
Yeah.
why would it work sometimes and not work other times? I mean, it's been ringing up until a couple days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Bill, isn't there a setting that you can set a ringtone for each contact?
Yes. I can show you that too, but that's different, I think, than the problem Diane's having.
No, I checked my ringtone, both. I checked it both under the phone and under notifications.
And where do you go? That's for everybody's edification. I don't remember yet. I'm working on it. Well, do not disturb. Did you check do not disturb?
Yes, I never turned that on,
Okay.
but I checked it.
And well, it can come on. Mine is scheduled to come on at 9 p.m. and shut off at 9 a.m. And so for those of you who don't have do not disturb, if you go to settings and do not disturb on your phone, okay? There's a way to schedule it so that it doesn't wake you up at night. And I have silence while it's locked, and I don't really want that.
How do you get rid of that check mark?
You don't.
I have that too.
Incoming calls and notifications will be silenced while phone is locked.
I don't understand that because the phone is usually locked when when it's sleeping, isn't it locked?
How do you lock a phone?
And that's when you just turn it off and it requires a passcode, that's locked.
I would think you would always want it off when it's locked then.
No, you'd want it to get phone calls when it's in your purse.
But it wouldn't be locked in your purse. Why would you lock it?
You don't, when it goes to sleep, it's locked.
Bill, doesn't that, while the iPhone is locked, only apply during the do not disturb window?
I think you're right.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Thank you. I was thinking that, but it's not very clear, that's for sure. What Bill and Jim are saying is that if I have do not disturb off, none of the following things apply,
That makes sense.
all right? So if I have do not disturb and I'm looking at my phone at 12 at night, let me change this back to 9. That's good. Okay. And I'm looking at my phone doing something after 9:59 or after 10 o'clock, right? It will ring through, even though it's in do not disturb. That makes sense?
No.
Wait a minute,
Go ahead.
something doesn't seem right there to me.
Okay.
Say
If do-
again what you said, Bill.
I'm saying if do not disturb is on and mine comes on at 9:59 every night and goes off at 9 o'clock every morning. Okay. Or I have do not disturb turned on here. If either of those cases are true, then it will silence only while the phone is locked. Unless I have always checked. Otherwise, none of this applies. In other words, if do not disturb is not working, it will not silence. And I can allow calls from just contacts to come through, or I can say no one. So when it's in do not disturb, I don't get a call from anyone. All right. Wow. Diane also asked a question about anniversaries and birthdays. If you have somebody's anniversary or birthday in their contact information, for example, if I go to my son and I'll go to my contacts, I'll go to my son. I have his anniversary and his birthday there. Those will show up every year from now on.
Will you get an alert for his anniversary every year? Or do you have to make it manually make it a repeating thing every year?
No, I don't need to make it a repeating thing, but it shows up every year. I'm not sure. I think I get a notification.
Calendar? I mean, the birthday, you get an alert for people's birthday in your calendar every year.
Well, let's look at August 27th on my birth on here. And there's my son's birthday on the calendar.
Yeah, but what about his anniversary? The
Oh,
birthday
yeah.
is no problem. It's the anniversary.
January, what was that, 25th, 27th?
I think it was the 26th.
There it is.
Check it again.
And it shows up there on my calendar as well.
The frustrating thing about that is that if you have, like my granddaughter, who I have in my contacts, has 4 children. I can't put their birthdays under her and have them show. I have to have a contact for each kid, which I'm not going to do for a 11-year-old kid. So I had to go in and manually put it and then say, remember every year.
Well, you don't need to do that. Wouldn't it be just as easy, put them in your contacts, and as they get older, you add phone numbers and email addresses? That's
Wow.
Would it make a difference on this, that on your, especially on the phone, when you enter the birthday, it shows blue, which activates things? And I have under notes an anniversary and it's black and it doesn't show.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't show up from notes. It only shows up when you have it in their contact information.
Well, I've got it in their contact information. When you,
Okay.
Bill,
Oh, go ahead.
this is Bill Kelleher. The color that you see on there depends on which calendar the information is on.
Good point.
So that if you've got, like on your phone, you have it black, then it's only on your phone. If you have it red, which is the iCloud, then it'll appear on both the iPhone and iPad. But then you have to make sure that you have when you do the calendars, you check off if you want to have the iCloud calendar showing or your local calendar. And you also check off whether you want US holidays, for example, as under calendars.
Yeah, we should talk
Well,
about
how do
that a
you-
little bit.
yeah,
Look on the calendar here. See where it's blue? That's from the iCloud calendar. The yellow one
okay.
is from my wife's calendar, and the green one is from my calendar. Okay? And what calendar you're looking at will depend on what shows up here. So if I go to calendars
gotcha.
down here in the bottom.
I got them. Well, how do you
Just a minute.
make such
Let-
things an
let-
anniversary? Put a
Let me,
date
let
on
me
it.
finish. Let me finish this.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Here's the calendars that I currently have showing. Okay. The ones with check marks on them. Okay. And I have, I don't want to show all, but I've selected the one. All right, now, let me go back. I'm sorry now. Leah, what was your question?
How do you add such a thing as your anniversary?
Okay.
It doesn't give you that option.
I'll show you. So we're going to go to contacts. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to go to contacts. And let me cover a couple of things while we're there. Let me go to someone where I don't have much information in. Go to Robin Cooper here. I have an email address, but that's all I have there, right? So if I click edit or tap on edit, it gives me the opportunity to add more email. And here's what Peter was talking about. I could make a specific ringtone for when she calls me or texts me. So if I clicked here and then I scroll down, I can get all these different ringtones. Now, I warn you, if you set up a bunch of these, you'll not remember. If you're more than 5, it will get confusing. Okay, if I scroll down some more, here's where it says add a birthday.
Mhm.
If I scroll down some more, I can add a field, and I think anniversary is one of those.
Oh.
Let's see if anniversary is down there somewhere. Nope. I know where it is. See where it says add a birthday? And then I hit the arrow here. Nope, that's Chinese and everything. Where's anniversary? Where's anniversary? Add a date. There it is. Tap add a date, and there's the anniversary.
The wrong
Okay.
anniversary, though.
Say again?
You had the wrong anniversary.
I know, I'm not gonna do anything here. I can change that, put in a different date. Okay.
How do you change it?
From what?
Oh, I see. Never mind. I see it. At least I think I see it.
It's down here at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to delete that and delete that.
Got it.
Okay. Good one.
But why are, I'm getting alerts for my birthday, but I'm not getting alerts for the anniversaries.
Have you added the anniversary in?
Yes, the anniversaries are in my contacts.
And you're using Apple contacts?
Well, when they're not, they're linked. And it's linked to iCloud and Outlook. They're all linked to my contacts.
But they are in the iCloud. And you're not getting, they're not showing up on your calendar?
No, the birthdays are showing up in my calendar, but not the anniversaries. Shouldn't they both be showing up in my calendar?
Yeah.
Now, how do I double check? You see, I checked one of my contacts. How do I double check to make sure that I checked on the linked contacts. And so it shows Outlook and it shows iCloud, for that person. So then it should be under, iCloud also, right?
Say that again. What do you have?
I have a contact for a person on my iPhone, okay?
Yeah.
And then on the bottom, because remember, when I had a PC, I was using Outlook.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to link my contacts because I had more than one contact. So I clicked under contacts, I clicked link contacts. So under linked contacts, it shows the Outlook contact for this person, and it shows the iCloud contact for this person. So I have to make
Where
sure.
did you click link content
All
tabs?
the way at the bottom of the contact.
I can share my contact.
No, on the bottom, it has all your contact information, and then
On the bottom of the contact list?
no, you go into a particular person.
So I'm going into my son, for example,
Okay.
and I scroll down.
So all the way to the bottom, and it'll say in gray linked contact.
I don't have any such thing.
Well, maybe you only have one contact for him.
Okay, you need to be in the edit mode.
I'm not in edit mode.
No, no,
Oh,
you
there it
don't.
is. Yep.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
And I checked under the link contact. I went into the Outlook contact for that person, and it shows the anniversary date.
Does it show it here?
In the regular contact.
I'm in the regular contacts now.
Yeah, in the regular contact, it shows the anniversary date.
And what color is it?
Oh, well, it's blue. Everything, all that information is blue. That's blue is for my home calendar.
I know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
So it's blue anniversary date. And when you go to your calendar now, so you click done, right? And then we're going to go. We're going to go back to the home screen and click on calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to calendars at the bottom. And you have everything checked, right? Select all.
Where are you?
I want to show all. Are you showing the right calendars is what I'm.
This is listed in a different way.
Okay. You're showing all the calendar. Everything's checked. Make sure everything's checked. And what I'm trying to do.
Well, what's going to happen?
What I'm trying to do, Diane, is I'm trying to get every calendar to show up that you can possibly have. And then go and see if that particular anniversary is there. And then start getting rid of the calendars one at a time to see if it finally disappears. So for example, if I go to my son's on the 26th, right? I have David Youngnom's anniversary there. Now, if I go to calendars and I turn off some and tap done, it's still there. So then I go to calendars again. And I think if I go to this one right here, boom, and tap done, still there. So I've got to find out which calendar that's in, because it should be in some calendar, right?
I see what you're saying.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of the calendars one at a time.
So I can find out
Which one it's in, right?
Yeah. I may have in one that I'm going to end up with duplicate stuff.
Right.
What do I do then?
I don't know. We end up with things all over the place sometimes, right?
Bill,
Yes.
I have to leave in 5 minutes and I wanted to know how to get rid of duplicate people in my contact.
Let's cover that real quick. Thank you for asking. I'm going to go back to my home screen and I'm going to go to a thing called, that's a good one for everybody, I think. And I'm going to go to an app I have. Let me find it. Called, see where it says Cleaner Pro? I click on Cleaner Pro and it says duplicate contacts. I click on duplicate contacts and it lists them all right here. Okay, no thanks, I don't want that. So I click that and I can say merge and merge them all into one contact. Now I have 3 of me in there because for a reason. Okay. But I could click merge here in the bottom and it would take all three of those and merge them together. So I don't know how much the pro version costs, but it's worth it.
But if you had them in, are you saying that if you have them in, she's asking if they're duplicate in the same area? the
Well, I'll show
same
you.
app?
I have my contacts list and I go to contacts here. And I go down to my name in contacts. There's 3 Bill Crows there. And that's what it showed me. It
Okay.
said it went through all my contacts here and showed me which ones were duplicates. And then I could combine them, okay, into one or merge them into one.
But they are, but you're looking at contacts, not getting it from someplace else. If
Correct.
they're in 2 different places, you wouldn't want to merge them, right?
Well, it's up to you, but no, I wouldn't, but.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
all
What
right.
was the program that you used to merge them?
It's called
Cleaner Pro.
Cleaner Pro. And I'll bring it up again so you see what it looks like.
Doesn't it do the same thing as link contacts?
I mean, it could be the same program, I'm not sure.
I mean, Apple has link contacts. You know, that's what you do in Apple.
No, this isn't linked contacts. This is in my contacts list. I have all these duplicates that I've acquired over time.
Oh, so instead of manually doing it,
Correct.
it does it automatically.
The advantage is it merges them. So if there's information in one that's not in the other one, it merges the 2.
Bill, I don't know if you answered this question I had submitted about my photos going in, they're in my phone and they're also in my husband's phone and he doesn't want them. How do I avoid that?
Do you have the same Apple ID?
Yes.
In both? That's the
Yes.
problem. And you can't.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
separate and get him his own or you your own Apple ID.
Oh, okay.
Because they're put in the iCloud associated with that Apple ID.
Okay. Okay, so that's not difficult to do, right? No.
Well, he won't have access to the pictures anymore. One of you won't.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Bill,
Yes.
the anniversaries are still not showing up in my calendar.
You
No, it
tapped them all-
doesn't.
You've turned them all on and no, it doesn't show.
I haven't
No,
turned
it doesn't.
this off. They're all on and it's still not showing up.
Huh. So it must be in
No.
the Outlook calendar. For some reason, it's in there.
But I have it.
Not in a Google Calendar. They don't show up in a Google Calendar.
No, I have it showing up in my calendar on my iPhone. I went into my linked calendars and I have the anniversary both on the calendar on my phone and in the link contacts. It's in all 3 places.
No. It's on one device and not the other.
It's on my phone.
In the calendar.
No, it's not showing up in my calendar. It's in all my contacts.
Is it on any calendar? On iPad or iPhone?
Hold on.
While you're looking,
No,
go ahead.
no. Not in my iPad. You want me to check my computer?
I checked. Wow.
I checked on the Google Calendar on the area that's entitled, where you have an opportunity to change the setting, the scheduling, the day, and the way your calendar is presented to you.
Yeah,
And there's a place for birthdays and a place for holidays, but there's no place for anniversaries.
no, you can add them. If you go to.
You can add it.
Yeah, if you go to your contacts and you pick a contact and you tap edit and you scroll up, it says add date there. And I think anniversary is one of the dates you can add.
I did it on the contact. What I'm saying is on the actual calendar setup.
It doesn't
There
show
is
up.
no place. There is no place on the actual calendar setup. On the top of the screen where you have your date of your calendar, like May, I happen to
Right.
be on. I
Right.
hit the 3 blocks, it's 3 bars. You could get Google Calendar and you can look down the way you want your calendar set, what you want to show up with check marks. It goes from birthdays to holidays.
Well, birthday should include, there it says other, right? And that's what you're talking about.
I
It
don't
says
even see the word
holidays
other.
there. Right.
There's no word other.
I understand. Well, no, there isn't another there. They should show up.
Oh, but they should show up. But they don't.
Diane,
Yeah,
try deleting it and adding it again.
what, the anniversary?
Or create a new person in Apple Contacts. Create a new person and add an anniversary and see if that comes in. So this, I'm going to tell a blonde joke. So I'm a blonde. A blonde was playing a Trivial Pursuit one night. It was her turn. She rolled the dice and she landed on science and nature. Her question was, if you are in a vacuum and someone calls your name, can you hear it? She thought and thought and thought for a time and then asked, is the vacuum on or off?
Goodbye, Bill.
Bye.
Thank you.
That is a good
Wait a minute. I want to see you guys before you hang up here. Wait a minute. Let me stop sharing. All right. All right, folks. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Bye.
week. We're not meeting next week. We don't meet till the week after next.
Okay.
All right.
You.
Okay.
Yep.
Happy Easter, Bill.
Happy Easter.
Thank you,
everyone.
Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy
Today's
Easter.
class was great.
Take care.
Yeah.
And you're going to email some notes about pencils?
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm going to send you all the note with the video.
Thank you.
Thank
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Take care. Thank you.